friends, my name is Chloe Taylor, the creator of kozykale, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you my February plan with me. Now you'll have to excuse my voice a little bit. I have been a little bit sick the last couple of weeks and I feel like I just got hit with a new band of sickness, if that is even possible. So apologies that I sound a little bit weird, but basically I feel like I am the bullet journaler that is like for people who cannot bullet journal. I can't draw, so as you see here, I was trying to be all cute and careful and I had to bring in a stencil. Everything that I use I will link down below for you guys, including the stencils as long as I can find them, and so make sure you check those out if you're looking to get any of this stuff for yourself. So here I am just counting some boxes. My cover page I feel like for February was very simple. I literally just did some cute little hearts, and I don't really like big calendars. I'm actually somebody that uses a Google Calendar alongside my bullet journal. So I find that big calendar spreads just like don't work for me. I end up not using them, and yeah, they're just not really important to me. I don't use them and they're just not very effective. So they end up being blank and I waste all this time making them. So I just stick with like a little baby calendar, and you'll see kind of how I continue to lay that out. So I'm just coloring in all the different little hearts that I've made for myself here. And I thought about making them like little candy hearts, but I don't know. I kind of liked how simple they looked, so decided not to. As you can see, I stuck with like a red, pink, and purple theme because February is the month of Valentine's Day. Now, if you guys didn't know that, Valentine's Day is actually my favorite holiday of the entire year. I love it more than my birthday, and it has nothing to do with like celebrating the love between me and my partner, which, like, don't get me wrong, I'm totally here for, but I've loved Valentine's Day since I was a little girl. Hearts are my favorite shape, and I also believe in the collective unconscious. So I believe that when we have one day, even though it should be every day, but think about it this way, people maybe that are even less aware are more aware of love on the day of Valentine's Day. And so I believe that collectively that energy is surrounding us. That positive, loving, how can I express love for others is in the air. It just hits different. So I do really love Valentine's Day because I love love. I've expressed this in past videos that I believe I am very much a heart chakra person. I exude a lot of heart energy. My favorite crystal is a rose quartz. So it's just like a day that I really admire and appreciate. So on this page, I was gonna leave it blank, but I decided to put in Levy and Rose, which that song is actually the song that I danced to with my husband for our wedding song. It was La Vie and Rose by Louisville Armstrong. So there's my cover and that page, and we'll do a flip through at the end. So on the next page, I'm just putting together a mood tracker. Now, I've seen this mood tracker all over Pinterest. This was not my original idea. And I actually do have a year in pixels page, which at the end of 2020, I'm planning to do a bullet journal flip through, so you'll see it eventually all filled in. But I like having like monthly mood trackers as well because I feel like they're a little bit more specific. So even though I use a stencil right here, you'll see how sloppy I get doing this. It's a little bit of a mess, but you know what? I've said this in my Book of Shadows video as well. If it's not messy, like, is it really yours? You know, I feel like I feel like some people are very perfectionist with their bullet journal, but I feel like the more messes and stuff it has, it's like so much more personal to you. So I say make a mess. It doesn't need to be perfect, and color outside the lines. So each little heart, I basically have 5 different moods, and then I repeat the heart colors on the other side. I believe the red I do as like productivity. There's productivity, sad, meh. I always put meh as a mood because I feel like meh like really can encapsulate a lot, you know? And then we have one that's for like, I don't know if I did just like happy. Also, I hated the way that I drew moods. I feel like it didn't fit. The D is way disproportionate from everything else, but you know what? It's functional. It works. But I know I did like productive and sad and a couple of other moods here. So basically I'm just going to fill in each box with the corresponding color at the end. And on this side is probably my favorite page. This is my habits page. If you guys didn't know, I have been practicing intermittent fasting, and though I do not plan to count calories forever, I've been counting calories just to kind of gauge and see what I'm actually eating. And it's been really helpful. I've actually lost like a pretty substantial amount of weight since Christmas. I've been following this and I've lost like over 10 pounds just like watching what I'm eating and changing up the time frames that I eat. So it's been really helpful. In the future, I would like to make a dedicated video on it. And then I also added a habit for meditation, because that's something that my spirit guides have told me I need to be more consistent about in order to understand my like purpose and my destiny as it unfolds. I have pretty well been counseled by the divine that like I need to be connecting with myself daily. So I do have a meditation tracker at the top, as well as intermittent fasting in the middle, and then the calorie counting at the bottom. So basically all I do for this is I just check off a box every single time I complete one. And I also do something called the 2-day method, which again, in a future video, I'll probably explain. So moving forward, my number one goal, I haven't talked about this a lot, but my number one goal for 2020 is to actually get to like a body that I'm happy with. And it's not to say that I'm so unhappy. Like, I honor the body that I have. I appreciate the body that I have, but there's definitely some changes I would like to make. And so this page, I have one of these every month. These are just my weekly weigh-ins. So, and I don't see these in a lot of people's bullet journals. I feel like a lot of people don't talk about their like goal consistency pages always, except for like habits. So these I just put as week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4 for the different weeks of February. And I just write in how much I weigh, because I weigh in once a week. So that's that page. And then on this page, I believe this is the page that I set aside for my gratitude tracker. Basically, it's just writing down 1 to 3 things that I'm grateful for every single day. Usually I fill in my bullet journal before bed. So aside from the weight loss, I usually do that in the morning, but most of the stuff I fill in right before I go to sleep. So I do feel and practice that like if you go to bed with a grateful heart, even like waking up and doing it too is really good, but going to bed with a grateful heart, like think about all those hours that you spend sleeping, and your subconscious could be using that gratitude energy to really implant some important seeds. So I really believe in going to bed with a grateful heart. I just think it's a good way to be. It's a good practice. And basically what I did was I just made it to where I have a singular line for every single day of February, and I kind of left like a blank spot in between, so there's like room if I need to go over the line, it's okay. I actually thought this page was really pretty. Like, I don't know why, it's just like very aesthetically pleasing. I'm sitting here trying to count. I'm like, wait, how many lines do I need? And I almost messed up at the top. Did you guys see that? There's like one little tick, but that's where I'm going to put gratitude. And then on this last page, this is where I set up my weekly. Now, my weekly is extremely, extremely simple. I actually don't even put Tuesday in my calendar, as you guys will see, because I do something called Self-Care Tuesday, where I make myself not work on Tuesday. My husband works a day job where he's out of the house, so I feel like I don't really have to like worry about anybody being home. It's just me and him and our cats. I spend all day on the couch doing whatever I want to do, and I love that. I think it's a really fantastic way to spend a day. And I think if you're able to, giving yourself an entire self-care day is such a good way to like connect with yourself and like do things that you enjoy. You know, make sushi at home. That's what I do. I make sushi at home. I put on a face mask. I watch cartoons. Like, it's a good time. So now I'm just going back and looking for important dates for that week from my main like big calendar for the year, which it's my sister's birthday on the 6th of February. Happy early birthday, Cami. I love you to pieces. So I'm putting that in there, and that is that. So just adding a few more little details, little hearts and things to try to make it a little bit cuter. Like I said, my weekly is just really simple. I use a Google Calendar in combination with my bullet journal, so I don't need a lot of space. So this is just what I did, the final flip through. I hope this gave you some really good ideas to what to do for your bullet journal, to know that even if you're not somebody who draws really well, you are able to still do this. If I'm doing it, anyone can do it. And you guys, please don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at kozykale, my podcast, Twin Flames Pod, about self-development and shifting the perspective. And I'll see you guys on Thursday. Bye.